Hey everyone, it's Josh from Punch the Sky here, just bringing a quick update on the situation with the band right now, and also some ways in which we need you, the wonderful people, to help us out or to have a dialogue with us, and ways that you can do that by commenting below. So stick around to the end of the video to find out what you can do. So first of all, probably not a surprise to anyone, you've been seeing bands doing this for the last week or so, left, right and centre, but we are having to postpone some of our tour dates for our spring tour, which we're already in the middle of. We had a great time in Plymouth last weekend, but unfortunately our date in Stroud on the 11th of April and in London on the 17th of April we are postponing. We've been in touch with the venues about that and sorting that out at the moment to see when we can reschedule it for another time. You know, we're going off government advice, but also on, you know, quite a personal level as well. I myself am in the at-risk category for this, having chronic respiratory problems, and also Paul Benny has had to go into quarantine as of today because he's presenting symptoms of COVID-19 himself, so thoughts out to him. I've also been in self-isolation right now for the last couple of days and trying not to go stir crazy, but all good so far. In terms of the rescheduling, we will have further updates and information about that when we get them. We will probably be looking to incorporate the dates into our autumn-winter tour that we are actually in the middle of booking dates for at the moment. But that presents quite a nice opportunity. So here, number one, first thing that you can have a dialogue with us about and help us with, where would you like to see us? It presents a unique opportunity in which you guys can tell us where you want us to play. So, where do you live? Where are you from? What venues in your area are there that we could come to? What bands do you know that we could play with, tour with, that we could support, that they could support us? Let us know. Let us know, and we'll see what we can do, and hopefully there will be a time later on in the year where people can meet up again and go out and do things and go to gigs. Fingers crossed. That brings us on to the second thing, in that kind of, in these tricky times of people spending a lot of time on their own, self-isolating and not going out or socialising as much, it's kind of hard that all of the events industries and entertainment industries are suffering, because this is kind of the time when people need entertainment the most, really, when you're stuck at home. And that's firmly what we believe, so we are absolutely not going to be stopping or slowing down the things that we were already planning. We are just going to be finding new ways to do those things. So we are still going to be making music. We're going to figure out ways of doing it remotely, whilst we're all in isolation. We've all been setting up our own recording spaces and making sure that we have those that we can do. It's not of a problem for us because 4 people in the band are recording producers, so not too difficult. So we are going to be still writing new music, still releasing new music when we can. However, these things take time enough without having to deal with all this, so probably not anytime soon. So in the meantime, we've got some fun little side projects that we've been thinking of to work on, and one of those that I kind of had an idea for is we'd like to continue this dialogue that I'm having with you now. So we were thinking, with the amount of questions that we often get about, like, how does Punch the Sky write a song? Like, who comes up with the things, and how does that happen, and all these different ideas. We thought that it'd be good to do some videos based on that, where we go in depth on some of our songs. Talk about the meanings behind the songs, the inspirations and origins of some of the music, and maybe a bit more in depth into the music theory and on an analysis level of what's going on for musicians out there who are interested. So number 2 way that we need you guys to help us out is to let us know what songs would you like to hear about? What songs should we do a video about, analysing it and going in depth about what it is? What's your favourite Punch the Sky song? So comment below your favourite song that you'd like us to do a little video about, and we will do that. That brings us on to the kind of last thing. So in order to carry on as we are doing things with Punch the Sky, we need your support. We need support more than ever now, really, as do all the other musicians and artists out there. Punch the Sky is by no means the only way that all of us in the band get our income. It is not a full-time thing for us. However, many of us work in the entertainment industries, in the arts industries, that are, I want to say drying up, but it's more than that. They've gone. They've just disappeared. Some of us have had a really harsh reality to face this week, in that our income has just turned zero out of nowhere. Some people in the band are involved in events and events management, or working in venues, or just working as a performing, playing musician for most of their living. All of those things have disappeared overnight, more or less. So, ways that you can support us. If you are a person in a position where you are financially still very much stable in this current climate, or just have a little bit of money to give to support the arts, then you can do that first and foremost with merchandise. Our Bandcamp store has t-shirts, has CDs in stock. We also have badges that we can throw in as well. So if you are so inclined, then please, by all means, go to our Bandcamp store and purchase something for yourself, for a friend, for a loved one. Anything at all helps, and you can even, I believe, donate or give a little bit more than the actual price on Bandcamp if you so wish. By all means, you don't have to, but if you can, it's always much appreciated. You can also download our music from iTunes. We also, as the artists, see a decent amount of the percentage of that ourselves, which is nice. So that's another way. If, however, you are also a person who has been hit quite hard by the whole COVID-19 economy situation, then there's still things that you can do to support us, and fundamentally streaming. So streaming platforms like Spotify, like Apple Music, if you use any of those, then by all means, like, add our favourite songs to some of your playlists that you listen to regularly, and listen to our music. You know, we've got 2 full albums and a kind of single and some remixes on, so plenty of stuff to listen to. And even though we don't see much money from that, what that does help with is our reach. It tells these websites and these algorithms that dictate our lives that we are being listened to, and people are listening to our stuff, and that then helps us get put in front of other people to listen to more. So that was the third thing. So 3 ways that you can have this dialogue with us now. Number 1, tell us where you would like us to play in the future. Where should we come to in the UK or in the world? Number 2, let us know what your favourite Punch the Sky songs are, and ones that you would like us to maybe do a video on, about the making of that song, the writing of that song, and all the interesting stuff behind it. And number 3, if you could support us in any way, purchasing merchandise or just streaming, just putting us on playlists, etc., then please do that. We will have all the links available for you to do that on this post or in our bio on Instagram. Thank you very much for listening to the end of the video. I know it's been long, but we really appreciate all the support you guys have, and we'll be regularly in touch. See you on the other side.